Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I, on behalf of Board of Studies, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chairman, C.A. Sushil Kumar Goel, and our Chairman will also be joining. C.A. Debashish Mitra will be joining us also. In absentia, as of now, I welcome him also. Along with my entire Board of Studies team, I rather welcome all of you, all our dear students who are working very hard for the November examinations. And we really hope and pray that you are well prepared for your exams. We had tried our level best to come up with the revisionary classes earlier for the May exam, which could not happen. Thereafter, we started in the month of July. We started with the full-fledged classes for final level, intermediate level, and for the first time, we started with the foundation level also. The kind of response which we have received from all of you, it had been very overwhelming, and we are working very hard to improve on as to how really to give you the best, deliver you the best. The entire BOS team, with the guidance of our an honorable vice chairman and our chairman, we are working day in, day out, and we are leaving no stone unturned to help you out in preparing your exams in a manner in which you should be. And you need to be very confident. Students, you need to be very confident because you have read the entire curriculum as of now, because all our classes are through now. Video lectures are available as of now, and they'll be available for you on the YouTube, ICAI YouTube. You can very well watch them wherever you are having any doubts. They'll be available till the time of exams. So you needn't worry. Any queries still you have, you can always write to us. You can write to our chairman, our vice chairman, and you can write to me and to our BO's entire team. And we are there to help you out. You can send the mails. You can even call us also. Our numbers are very much there on the website of the institute. So don't worry at all. But meanwhile, what as BOS, from BOS side, I am advising you, you need to have patience. Do not look into or hear what is happening around you, because this is the time you need to concentrate on your goal. Your goal is to appear for your exams, do them well, and then be successful. Right? As of now, you will feel that success is a bit far off. So, and you know, when we put in our efforts, it is just at a very, at a say hand throw kind of a distance it is, and you can catch it. You have that particular zeal in you and work hard for it. Besides all this, I also would like to tell you that as of now, our ebooks are also available on the Digital Learning Hub. They are available for foundation, intermediate, and final. You can, wherever you are wanting any problem you are having, you just go over video lecture also over there. You can also prepare your notes for your exams also. That will really help you in the last moment preparation. Further, we are also coming out, we have also come out, rather we are continuing with the same. We are coming out with the capsule. At each level, we are coming out with the subject specific capsule. And for your benefit, we have rather combined all the our particular capsules group wise. We have loaded them, uploaded them on our BOS knowledge portal. So all these things are really going to help you before the day of the exam, because before the day of the exam, you will not be able to study everything. So have your handy notes ready with you, have those capsules ready with you, which will give you that kind of confidence that you have gone through everything before the exam. And students, our vice chairman will be rather talking to you about, and he'll be giving you very important tips as to how you need to prepare yourself and come out with that particular confidence for your exams. He'll be giving you the entire set of guidelines. He'll be guiding you from all his experience which he's having. So I rather welcome our vice chairman, sir. Sir, over to you. And students are anxious to listen to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Sir, you are on mute.
Thank you, Bandana
Sir, you can
ma'am.
unmute yourself.
Thank you, Bandana ma'am, Director, Board of Studies, all the faculties at Board of Study. With your support only, Board of Studies serving all of you, all our students. And we have good number of students appearing this exam also. Since beginning, there are number of points coming for discussions, whether exam will be there or exam will not be there. Today also we come out with one option for the students that they can, if they wish, they can choose the option for appearing in the exam which will be held sometime in January or February. If they are facing difficulties in appearing the exam which is starting from 21st of November itself. But if you are prepared and no difficulties being seen by you, my humble advice to you, please appear for the exam. Do not look for extra time for preparation. If you are looking for extra time for preparation, I won't think you will able to get the extra marks. So be prepared to appear in November only. If you are really facing some difficulties, definitely you should opt for the next exam, that is midterm exam, will be held in the month of January or February. So you can opt for that. So today this meeting to all of you to prepare you mentally as well as giving the last minute tips, what you should work, how you should behave in exam, what you should prepare for the exam. I, being the Vice Chairman of Board of Studies and as well as the exam committee member, I understand number of issues are coming when you write the answers. So excuse me. Yes. Yes, friends. I was discussing about the exam. All of you are attending this discussion. It is important how you should appear in exam with your positive mind and positive framework. First and foremost, I want to discuss about the answer books which you are going to submit in exam. You are going to write on the answer books in the exam. We have three types of answer books. Let me discuss one by one. The first type of answer books are the OMR sheets. Wherever these MCQs are coming in the paper, you have to write in OMR sheet. This is applicable for IPCC final as well as for the foundation exam. Second type of answer scripts are descriptive answer script, यानी कि one set of marks answer script, the entire 100 marks in one answer script you are going to write. And third type of answer scripts are section A and section B, wherever you are having two part of the question paper, that is section A and B. For that purpose, we have different answer scripts. So let me discuss one by one what sort of precaution you should keep for the OMR sheets. This is the OMR sheet, looks like this. So what the foremost thing, use HB pencils, that is hard-bound pencils. Whenever you buy a pencil, you will see HB has been written there. So please use the HB pencils only for answering on the OMR sheets. And write and darken the correct MCQ booklets. At the beginning only, you must give the booklet that is here. The booklet serial number must be darkened by you at the beginning of the answering. If you think that you will do it at the end of the exam, you may forget this. So please do not do this mistake. Write at the beginning of the answering the MCQs, darken the MCQ booklets number. And please darken the complete circle. I will show at the end of this part that how to darken. And please do not leave any space blank, because it will be read by the computer. Computer may find it difficult to read if it is not properly darkened. And if you want to change the answer, since it is given by darkening the circle by use of pencils, you may erase that. So you can erase the answer which is already given by you, and you can make a fresh mark. That is also allowed, no objection to that. So please note it. And please do not give any mark on the OMR sheet or the question paper, both the things, or the OMR question sheet and OMR answer sheet. You should not write anything to be written on this other than the requisite box or column. So you have to signature here. Then other than this only, you have to darken the circles. And you have to fill your roll number here. You have to give the paper number, then paper code that is printed on your question paper, not the question paper which is for the descriptive part of the question paper. It is for the OMR part. And this level of exam, and whether it is old stream or new stream, then you can give your answers here. So you should mark under no circumstances, you should darken two circles. If you give answers in two circles, it will not be evaluated. You will lose the marks. So take care of regarding this. So this is the correct method of darkening a circle. Complete circle should be darkened. You should avoid the cross, putting a cross in that circle, or ticking a circle, or doing the half of the circle darkened, that is inner part or outer part. This should be avoided. After discussing OMR part, we will go to the descriptive part of the answer script. This answer script looks like this. It is having 28 pages. For 100 marks, it is 28 pages, and roll number should be written in figure as well as in number at the right hand corner. We call it OMR portion. So this is the portion you can see. You should write your roll number, and in words as well as in numbers, here only. And at no other places you should write your roll number. Even on the additional sheet or graph sheets, whatever sheets are available to you, you should not write your roll number on any of the sheet under any circumstances. I will discuss about the effect of the writing roll number somewhere else. So roll number should be written. Maybe here you can use the black pen or blue pen, no problem to this. But the answer in the answer script should be written with black ball pen. What is the purpose of using black ball pen? You must be looking for the logic of this. Logic is that all the answer script will be scanned. So if it is done with the black pen, your visibility will increase. If you use the blue pen, the visibility will not be as good as we will get in the black pen. Here you have to write the exam, and then after the group number, roll number, subject, and then you have to write the number of seats, additional seats used by you. So, and here you should tick which questions you have answered and which questions you have left unanswered. And remove the barcode sticker in the attendance sheet. If you are appearing first time, let me tell you, barcode sticker will be available on your attendance sheet. So remove from there and affix at the space provided for the fixing the barcode. You should not, if you are not fixing the barcode sticker, then it may miss out. And since the machine is going to read your roll numbers, so please darken the circles properly here also. If you are not doing so, computer may do the wrong reading also. And the answer should be written neatly and legibly, that we must know each and every questions must be written neatly. This is very important information. ICAI requires you to start your questions from a fresh page. And on the top of each page, you write the question number. So it is advisable. And if it is a 2 marks question even, do not think of that. Even half of the page you have written or quarter of the page you have written, do not hesitate to use the next page. For each question, you should use the separate page, and at the top of the page, not in the margin space, within the space provided for writing, within that space you should write the question number. The answer to each question in all parts should be fully completed in one page or in consecutive set of pages before next question is taken up. Basically, here we want to say that you should not give answer to a particular question in 2 parts. Suppose if you are writing answer for question number 7A and you have used the page number 22, then you have used the page number 26 for answering it. In difficult situation, you may do it, but it is advisable not to do it. It may so happen the examiner get confused about the 2 parts of the question. Then you must say properly writing that continue to the page number so and so. On the page number so you must write it is started, it is carry forward from the page number so. It is difficult. So you should avoid writing questions in different parts. Answers in different parts means half of the answer has been given on some other page, then not consecutively you have used the pages, you have missed out certain pages and then given the answer. So it should be avoided, I should say. And before submitting the answer book, you must cross out the blank pages. It is advisable that all the blank pages should be crossed out. If you are not crossing it, it may lead to some confusion. But as all answer script now we evaluated online, so we have taken care of this. How we will have taken care of this, I will explain to you in the second part of my presentation. So friends, if you are writing your roll number at any other place other than the space provided, that is on the cover page, at one place only, that you must remember, only at one place in the descriptive answer books you can write your roll number. If you are writing your roll number any other places, that will tantamount to unfair means. And friends, I hope whenever a student found guilty of using unfair means, here his exam or her exam will get cancelled, or maybe if it is found of serious kind of in nature, then his next exams may also be cancelled. He may not be allowed for next exam also to appear in the exam. So please avoid any of the unfair means while giving the answer. So roll number should not be written at any other place other than the space provided on the first page. Writing distinguished mark symbol like Om, Sri, Jesus, 786. Few students have a practice whenever they start writing, they put this type of marks. So this will make your answer script identifiable. So anything you are doing to make your answer script identifiable will be considered as unfair means. So never do it. One of the student, I just want to convey, one of the students says, I cannot write without doing this. So my humble request, if you are so adamant to do this, then do it with the pencil and remove it before submitting the answer script. So that is the best possible option I can give, but humble request not to write anything, because if you are found to be unfair means, then you will be called for the hearing and so many things will happen. Mobile number and address or any other mode of communication like writing email address should be avoided. It will amount to unfair means. Means you want the examiner to get in contact with you, that is not at all allowed. So you should not write under any circumstances. Drawing distinctive marks, symbols like flowers, human face, darkening dotted, like this ICAI, that is dotted marks are on each pages. So whenever a student not able to answer the question, sitting idle, they start darkening this space. This is also be considered as a separate marks or distinguished marks. So if it is distinguished marks, you will be maybe considered as a using unfair means. Writing request for marks, easy checking, sympathetic ground that somebody has died in some death has took place in your exam, in your family just before the exam or during the exam. So you are unable to write the exam. So please give me marks. Writing this type of things are considered as unfair means. Writing any irrelevant things like poem or prayer. Few students I have seen writing the movie stories or their own stories. So all this will consider as unfair means. And please think twice doing all this, because if this is meant for consider as unfair means, as I told, you may not get the result only, but it may amount to cancellation of the next exams which you are going to appear. Now after descriptive full answer script, there are section wise answer script that is for few papers only. Wherever we have two sections of the particular question paper, then you will get two answer script. And in both the answer script, the section is printed. Like here, you can see in the first answer script, it is printed as A. In the second answer script, it is printed as B. So candidate required to write answer of section A in the answer booklet with mark A on the cover page, and answer of the B section should be written in the booklet marked for B on the cover page. If due to any reason you have done the mistake, ICAI will not able to evaluate these questions, because this will be all computer scanned and difficult to exchange the A portion to B portion. So please mind it. Whenever you have two sections of the question paper, please use the copy which is meant for the particular section. Now I want to talk about little bit about the evaluation process. Friends, evaluation process in the exam which you are going to appear will be 100% online evaluation. So there will be no movement of books. Previously, few students were having complaint that examiner examining the answer script in metro rail or in bus while traveling. So that is the past. So online evaluation is not possible on mobile, on iPad. So it is only possible on the system, and system where this particular examiner will have his video camera on. So ICAI will continuously watching this particular person, whoever evaluating the answer script. So 100% online evaluation will be done for the exam, that is November 2020 and all future exams also. So please do not think that if you have left some pages in between, we will evaluate all the pages. Sometimes we get call from the student that I left 2 pages blank in between, so rest of the portion will not be evaluated. How to do it? They keep on writing to the ICAI. Please do not do that. We are evaluating all the questions. Rather, I want to inform all the students that we have developed a system. Hello? Sorry, I thought this was from Board of Studies. So all pages will be evaluated. Even some pages are left blank in between. The ICAI developed the software that examiner has to tick mark, or he has to see the each and every page, all 20 pages, unless until seen by this particular examiner, he cannot move to the next question paper and next answer script. So this is the benefit of the 100% online evaluation. So nothing to worry if you left. Well, please do not try to leave anything in between. It is not advisable practice. But if due to some mistake or due to some reason it is left blank, nothing to worry. We will evaluate all 28 pages. Then only we will move to the next segment. In this section-wise answer script, we have 28 pages. In complete set of answer book, we have 28 pages. So all pages will be scanned. For the information of the student, I am telling you, all 28 pages are getting scanned. Even you have not written anything on the pages, just to make sure that nothing has been written afterward, or just to make it sure that nothing has been left evaluated. Friends, all you know, ICAI have a policy of stepwise marking, and in online evaluation, we have developed the software keeping the stepwise marking. So now the examiner or the evaluator will not able to proceed further unless until he has given marks for each and every steps. So that is a very good system. It will definitely, if some steps are missed out by the student, it will be marked as 0 by the evaluator. Unless until he marks 0, he will not able to move to the next part of the answer script. So take care of this. Posting and casting errors. Sometimes there was casting, totaling errors on the hard copy of the answer script. That is now taken care by the computer. Computer will add up automatically and post these marks on the cover page of the answer script. So this error will be 0. And friends, evaluation process will help us. The re-evaluation result will be declared within 7 days. Since it will be system checked and controls are there, we will able to declare the result, evaluation result, or sending of the hard copy of the checked answer script within 7 to 10 days. It is as expected. So after this, now I want to discuss about the examination results. And friends, this is not for any other reason, just to make you comfortable. I want to share a few informations with all of you that this examination results, I just want to repeat the things which are here. So moderation process is there in the ICAI, but we never use the moderation for downgrade in the history of IC. It is always used for upgrade the marks. And friends, you will surprised to note, although I'm not supposed to discuss on this public platform, still I am discussing for the benefit of the student, because number of students has apprehension that they have failed due by ICAI by 1 or 2 marks. So no one ever failed due to 2 or 4 marks on only one paper. If you have passed in all other paper, your aggregate is also there, then you cannot fail by getting 2 or 4 marks less in one paper. Means if you are getting 36 marks in one paper and all other papers you have passed and all aggregate is also there, you cannot fail. This type of mark sheets are not available in our country. Rather, you will see those who pass CA exams, they will see they are usually getting 40 marks. Maximum number of students has got 40 marks in one of the paper, because our moderation system is so that we enhance this to 40 marks. No one ever failed due to aggregate sort of 1 or 2 marks. This type of mark sheets are not available in the country. Nobody ever failed getting 198 or 199 in the total if he is passed or she has passed in each papers. So this type of mark sheets are not generated. Our moderation process take care of this, and these students are declared as passed. So please do not give attention to the rumors that ICAI moderate the result to fail any student. It is never happened. This is my third year in the exam committee. I promising on behalf of the ICAI that no one ever failed by ICAI. None of the student ever seen marks given in the answer script is more and the marks given in the mark sheet is the less. Or rather, otherwise is always true. Other guidelines, which is part of your admit card. So regarding admit card, let me tell you first and foremost thing: do not print only first page of the admit card. Second page is equally important, because on the second page your attendance will be marked. So it is advisable you should have the entire admit card to be printed, so you can read the guidelines while traveling to the exam center. So no guidelines will be violated. But if you don't want to print, you have read the guidelines online, no harm in that. But at least print 2 pages of the admit card, first and second page. It was noticed in the past that the student has just printed first page of the admit card, so he is not able to get the attendance, and problem was there. Ultimately, it was taken care at the exam center, but it is not advisable under any circumstances. You should print only first page, and printed copy of the admit card must be accompanied with you. Although this admit card is now considered as e-pass for the containment zones. If you are in containment zones, our admit card, ICAI admit card, will be considered as e-pass for you. But do not consider that e-pass meant the admit card for admission in the exam center. Admission in the exam center will be given only and only on the hard copy of the admit card. That you must remember. So these are the guidelines printed. I just, for the sake of revision, and I'm reading all of it quickly. So social distancing and hygiene should be ensured by all the candidates. We should avoid any crowding at the center or outside the center. Symptoms or suffering of COVID, students should avoid going to the exam centers, and the ICAI has given option to opt for the next exam. You should maintain social distancing at all times. It is advisable you must reach the exam center before 1 p.m. So there will be no kiosk at the exam center if students are coming in lots. If they're coming in one go, then there will be a problem. Following items should be carried. Mask is compulsory. Shield is optional. Hand gloves are also optional. Personal transparent water bottle is allowed. Personal hand sanitizer should also be carried by student, 50 or 100 ml. You should carry items like calculator, stationery item, admit card, and photo ID. And the thermal scanning will be done at the entrance of each exam centers. Sanitization is also there. You may use the center sanitizer, a hand sanitizer, or you may use your own hand sanitizer while entering to the exam centers. Under no circumstances you should carry mobile with you, whether it is switched off or not working condition. Under no circumstances mobile, smartwatch, or electronic gadget, books and written material, even bags is allowed inside the exam center. So that we must take care. every student is required to wear the mask, but they have to remove the mask at 2 points. One is the personal identification point, and second is the signing of the attendance register. That time they have to remove the mask and do these activities. They have to seek permission of the invigilator, even going for the washroom. And as I said, personal water bottle, small transparent hand sanitizers, cooperate with the exam functionaries is most important, friends. Since it is a critical times, for the safety of all of you, there may be some short-term measures are taken by the exam centers. So please adhere those guidelines. Use your own pen, pencil, scale, calculator, water bottles. Borrowing, lending, and exchange is not allowed and not advisable in the COVID time also. So please don't do that. On completion of the exam, candidate at time as per the instruction, that is the 4 p.m. we have decided that up to 4 p.m. you should be in the exam center. After 4 p.m. you may leave the exam place. That to allow to leave student in batches, not going at one go. And dispose their hand, it is expected that candidates should dispose their hand gloves or mask at the designated place only. So should maintain the no crowding anywhere at any time. Do not clog the road outside. If you are coming your own vehicle, please park nearby parking space. As I mentioned, 4 o'clock you may leave. This is most important things because it is first time being adopted. While the admit card will be printed online, candidate have to give consent to the follow various guidelines issued by the government authority as also by the ICAI. So you have followed all the guidelines as issued by government and ICAI. That declaration you have to sign. And if you are less than 18 years, then it's this declaration to be signed by the parent. That all the student must take care. Declaration to be signed by student may be done at the center, but if you are less than 18 years, your parent may not be available at that point of time. So that should be signed in advance. So this is the last slide for all the benefits of all the students. Practice revision test paper, mock test papers are available online. You may practice those. You should refer the suggested answers. In suggested answers, we are also giving suggestions regarding the answering a particular questions at the end of that. And the concept, comprehend the concept, then memorize the formulas to develop a clear understanding of the concept. That you must keep in mind. Plan your time while answering the questions so that appropriate time is awarded for each question, so nothing is left out. Regularly check BS Knowledge Portal and the exam portal for the updates which is available. Friends, if any issues are there, you may type. After chairman's presentation, we will discuss the issues which you may think are coming in line. But before that, before I close and hand over to the chairman, sir, who is now available online, I just want to give you one piece of information that even if you have answered, this is the most important, and I have not prepared any slide for that. This is most important, that if you have answered some questions and ultimately you found that it may be wrong, or you cross it and answer the next questions. So it is advisable, friend, not to cross it, because as per ICAI policy, it is written on the guideline also that if you answer more than the requisite questions, suppose you in the answer script you have to answer not all 7 questions, you have to answer 6 questions, but you have answered all the 7 questions. Under these circumstances, the question number, which is a particular question which is having least mark, will not be awarded in your mark sheet. So that is most important piece of information, that we are having policy of best 5. If 6 questions are there, optional questions 6 are there, out of these 6 you have to answer 5. Then best 6 will be taken for the mark sheet purpose. So if you can write all the answers, all the questions, if you can answer, you please answer. It is not a force, but if some student think that this question is not proper, answer is not proper, please do not cut that answer. Rather keep it as a other options. So it is the humble request. Thank you very much to all the participants. I hope I will get able to answer all your queries when we will take it for. So now over to Director Board of Studies, Bandana Nagpal ji, for further proceedings. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. I think the tips which you've given to the students, I think it must be quite awakening for them that these are so many things which they really need to take care. And things are very simple. Sir, you have really made things very simple for them. Thanks a lot, sir. And students, please understand, I think you would have noted that important tips which have been given by our Vice Chairman. Please note them. You don't have to worry. He has already told you ICAI is always with you and we are always here to motivate you, and there is nothing like that we are not, any times we are not reducing your marks. Don't worry on that count. Your marks are always safe, but you need to put in your efforts. Your efforts should be there and you'll get the due marks. Thank you, sir. And now I welcome our chairman, C. Debashish Mitra. Sir, now, since Vice Chairman Sir has given the tips to the students on a very broad manner so that students will not face any problem, and may I request you, if you can now rather deal with the specific rather tips for papers which are covered at different levels. Over to you, sir. Thank you. Sir, are you there? Students, just kindly bear with us. I think just for a minute or so, I think sir is already there. Maybe he's having some connectivity, maybe problems are there. Though he's already there, but just bear with us for a minute. Okay. So, my dear students, the chairman sir will be joining us very soon. Some connectivity issues are there at his end. So, meanwhile, sir, if you would like to take some queries of the students also.
Yes, ma'am, I am available. Yes, we can take
yes,
the
sir.
queries.
Sir, if you can, I think sir is joining. Some problems are he's facing. Sir, if we can take up some of the queries.
Right now, I cannot see the query box. Madam, if you read the queries, I can answer.
Okay, sir. Fine.
If you can see, and still I am trying to get the query box open to my laptop.
Vandana ji can start off.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
And, sir, we were actually, since you were not there, I requested sir to take up the queries. So we were actually about to take up the queries. Welcome, sir.
All right, but now we can take up. Yeah. Vandana, you start off with the PPT. We start off with the PPT.
Okay. I'll start.
So, student friends, a very, very good evening to all of you. You have heard Sushil Goyal, the Vice Chairman of Board of Studies, speak to you about, what you need to do regarding the exams, what is the admit cards and other issues, the procedural issues that are there relating to the exams. And he spoke with so much of eloquence, and I'm sure that, you have been greatly benefited by whatever he has said. Before that, Bandhan Nagpal was there. She's the Director, Board of Studies. And I am Devashish Mitra. I'm the Chairman, Board of Studies. And as Sushilji has stated, all of us at the Board of Studies want you to do well in the exams. All of us. And we will do everything possible to help you to do well in the exams. So now, the topic that I'm now taking up is, the subject-wise details, how to appear, what kind of mark, what kind of percentage of marks that are given for various, subtopics in the subject, and how to go about it. This is just a general counseling, just to how to take up each subject and how to go about it, right? I'm being helped by Bandhan Nagpal, the Director, Board of Studies. Bandhan, you can go for the slide, please.
Okay, sir. Sir, are you able to see it?
Yeah, I can. I'm able to see the screen. Yes.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, all right. You're going too fast. Come down.
I'm coming down, sir. 1 minute, sir.
A full screen can you?
Yes, 1 minute, sir. I'm just.
All right. Take your time. Don't worry. And to all the students who are listening to us, let me also say that you must have gone through the mock test papers. You must have enjoyed the live virtual classes that we had from July to October. And you'll be happy to note that for the final students, we have again started the live virtual classes from the month of October last week. And that is for May 2021 exam. And for the intermediate and foundation students who are appearing for May 2021, we will start the live virtual classes in the month of January. So, and then I'm sure you must have also gone for the capsules that were there. So, which you have carried in the student chartered accountant. Have a look at those capsules. So that is so important that somebody read the student chartered accountant and wrote back to me saying that on the past presidents, by the way, and saying that the capsules that were there was so much useful to ensure quick preparation, last minute preparation, and to understand things very, very quickly. So that is about the capsules. I'm sure you have seen that, and the revisionary test papers. So I'm sure you must have seen it. And as we go ahead, we shall discuss the various aspects. Vannaji, as and when you are ready, you can put it up on the screen. Vannaji, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm just. Is it okay now?
Yeah. You see, as and when you are ready, you can put it up on the screen. I'm going on speaking. Don't see this thing. As and when you are ready, you can put up the PPT on the screen. And, there was this in the screen that some of us, when we prepare ourselves, we tend to go through the illustrations or the examples that are there in the mock test papers or in the suggested answers. Just try to read them. And you see, our suggestion has been always this, that what you should do is, try to take up a pen and, write it. Try to solve the problem in a live scenario. Try to solve the problem in a live scenario. Take up the pen and try to solve the problem in a live scenario. That is so very, very important. So, and I'm sure now, if today is the 7th of November, and you are totally ready and well prepared to face the November exams. There is no uncertainty as such. You are aware that the November exams are going to be held now. So you should be thoroughly prepared now. So, Vannaji.
Yes, sir.
You have to go for the screen share, and you have to go for the full screen.
Sir, it is full screen. I am, sir, sharing the full screen. Are you able to
on the left hand side? I can see this. Yeah.
Madam, please go to slideshow. Please go to slideshow.
Yeah. Go for this. Not a problem. So we are. go to slideshow and then you see one.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
All right. So as she's telling you that it is so very important that we keep our calm. We are not very nervous about the exams. And if you keep our calm and study very sincerely, there is no reason as to why we should not really do well in the exams. There is no reason as to why we should not really do well in the exams. So do keep your calm. Study very this thing. And as I have stated, and if you have heard me speak about this earlier, be passionate about the course. If you're passionate, enjoying your studies even at this stage, there is no reason as to why you should not really do well. Try to cover as much of the syllabus as is possible, so that you are confident that you have studied the whole thing. You are confident that you have studied. So the whole thing has come on the screen now. I'm talking about the final. I'm going for the final paper. So it's the final paper, financial reporting. And this time when we started off with the May 2021 classes, the live virtual classes, the first paper that we took up for the final was the financial reporting. So you see, it's divided into 7 sections as Varnaji is showing us. Can we carry on, Varnaji? Yes. So you see, the section 1, if you have seen the framework, and please note this paper is very much dependent on Ind AS, very much Ind AS based. And the students at this stage must be also noting that we have 2 framework of accounting standards. One is the AS, which has been is laid down as part of Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006, and of course we have Ind AS. Now Ind AS is for bigger companies, listed companies, companies having net worth of 250 crores or more. So this paper, the financial reporting paper, you need to have a very good grasp of the Ind AS. So you can see the way it is. Income statement, we are giving 10 to 15% marks. On assets and liabilities of the financial statements, 15 to 25% of the marks. And then Ind AS 12 and AS 21, we are giving 15 to 20% of the marks. And then group accounting, 10 to 20%. And then financial instruments, a bit difficult. Here we are giving 10 to 20%. And you see, so you have to have a good idea of Ind AS. If you are since you are a final student, at this stage, your expertise is being tested. So your knowledge of Ind AS becomes very important, right? So that is about this, the first screen, and how we have divided the marks being divided into 7 sections. Can you have the next one, please? Next slide. Right. So if you can see the way we are still onto this financial reporting. We are still onto the paper 1 of financial on the financial course. Comprehension and knowledge 5 to 5%, 15%. Application and analysis 60 to 85%, and evaluation and synthesis 10 to 15%. So comments. So this is very important. This aspect you have a look at it, right, on the screen. Can you have the next one, please, Bannaji? Key focus areas on the subject of financial reporting. Do not go for selective study. They are not able to gain confidence. Practical papers, conceptual understanding is very, very important for this topic. Practical, numerical questions, you need to do written practice. You say practice, whatever I was telling you earlier, practice in writing as far as possible. Lots of number 4, lots of students apply correct concept, but many times are in calculation mistakes. So please be sure that you don't make calculation mistakes. Look at the next one. Sometimes arrive at correct calculation that falter at the time of copying it in the answer sheet. So you see, please, be very, very careful about that. if you're going to carry forward the amount from one page to another, ensure that you carry from one page to another page. Obviously, you are going to commit a mistake. So be very, very careful with that. Can we have the next one, please, Vannaji?
Yes, sir. Sir, it's on the next.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm saying it. That's fine. So formats, they're very important. This thing, do not give irrelevant details. People are checking, the people who are checking, the examiners, they are experts. It is no use giving. And when you give irrelevant details, you take up time. So you see, you have very limited time. So do not give. So all parts of the questions must be answered in continuity. Working notes must be there, and assumptions, if you have made, please note the assumptions if you are going to give assumptions, very important. And you see, if you are very confident of Ind AS number, for example, Ind AS 16 is on PPE, property, plant and equipment. You are very, very confident about it, write about it. If you are not very confident about the numbers of Ind AS, do not write about it. For example, I always remember Ind AS 16 as PPE because the earlier AS 6 was on depreciation, the earlier AS 10 was on fixed assets, and now, and if you add 6 plus 10, it becomes 16. So that way I remember the numbers of Ind AS. So if you are very confident about the numbers, you write them. If you are not confident, do not write. That's it. Next one. This is, we are talking about the old scheme. So see the section wise, please note we are having a new scheme exam and the old scheme exam being done simultaneously. Can we have the next one? Vannaji, please. Yeah. So this is the way, it is self-explanatory. If you see on the screen, is it 20 to 25% on accounting standards and guidance notes, corporate financial reporting, then accounting for corporate restructuring 10 to 15%. Then you have the CFS, consolidated financial statements. If you're looking for the AS for that, it's the AS 21. And then, of course, introduction of Indian accounting standards, comparative study of existing AS versus Ind AS. There are carve outs and carve in. What is carve out? Carve out means where the Ind AS has departed from the IFRS. Those are all called carve outs. So you see, so you must know what kind of carve outs have been there. So that's very important. Can you have the next one, please, Vannaji? So look at the way. Look at the way it has been given. Selective study, as I said, not required. The concept is very important. Please go for the practice, require written practice, go for the practice. Even at this stage, when you have about 15 days left for the examination to begin, go for practice. You can, if you have already practiced a lot, then it's fine. Then it's fine, not a problem. Then it's fine. If you're just now flipping through the pages of illustrations that you have practiced earlier, that's fine. That's fine. And computations when it's required, do not make calculation mistakes when you are doing the computation. Very important. Next one, please, Vannaji. Look at the weightage. This is self-explanatory screen. You can have a look at the weightage. This is final paper, old scheme, strategic financial management. Next one, please. Yes, we are still on final paper, old scheme, strategic financial management, and we are showing you the weightage. Okay, next one, please. So on this, the important tips, the major difference between old and new scheme are followed. Following four chapters are not covered in the new scheme. Project planning, leasing decisions, dividend decision, financial. New topics covered in the new scheme, risk management, securitization, startup finance. So please note that this is the difference between the old scheme and the new scheme on this paper. Can we have the next one, please, Vannaji?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do not ignore the theoretical portion. Numerical answers should be supported by adequate working notes. Do not miss to give the conclusion. Conclusion is so very important. Thoroughly between the line as the replacement of the word inclusive with exclusive matters a lot. Do not skip any topic. Next one, please. Yes, have a look at this and make proper choice of type of option between call and put for hedging. In the question of foreign exchange management, there should be no confusion regarding conversion rate to be applied for computations. Care should be taken to adjust number of units of mutual funds if all dividend and capital gain is reinvested into additional units. Do not ignore depreciation while calculating cash flow in case of capital budgeting decision. Please note, you should not ignore depreciation. Consider current rate of discounting cash flows in case of questions on leasing. Very, very important. Please note these aspects. Next one, please, Vanna. So, new scheme, same paper, strategic financial management, weightage is, you have seen the weightage being given, 20 to 30%. So, the weightage is already there. Next one, Vannaji. Yes, you can see the weightage that has been given to various content areas. I would not like to speak because the slide is self-explanatory and I'm sure you are all aware of this weightage. Next one. Yes. So this is the kind of weightage. So when you are preparing, do keep in mind that this is the kind of weightage that has been given to preparation. Do keep this in mind. Very, very important. Next one, please. Strategic financial management, new scheme. So you see the weightage that's been given. All right. Can you have the next one? Final paper 3, new scheme. Advanced auditing and professional ethics, 100 marks. See, look at the weightage that is there. Auditing standards have become so important. Section 143, subsection 10 of the Companies Act, 2013. There are 46 auditing standards. So auditing standards, I am sure you must have studied the statements and guidance notes issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. You must have studied audit planning, risk assessment, audit reports. When we're talking about audit reports, please note the important one is SS 700. That gives you the format of the audit report. If you want to know how to qualify your audit report, then SS 705. That talks about modification of audit report. So, and then audit of listed companies, of course, very, very important. LODR regulations, so liabilities of auditors, very, very important. And audit committee corporate governance, then audit of CFS. So CFS, audit of CFS consolidated financial statements. So, and when you're doing consolidated financial statements, I'm talking about only AS. AS 21 is the mother standard, very, very important. Then audit under fiscal laws, audit of public sector undertakings, CAG audit, very, very important. Internal audit, management audit, and operational audit, please note. And then due diligence and peer review and quality review, and then professional ethics. Professional ethics, please note that, you see, we have made some changes and in recent times, but professional ethics is so, so important for the profession and for the institute, 10 to 15% marks. So this is the way, the structure is being given. Level 1, level 2. So this is the way. Can you have the next one? So thorough study on SA standards and auditing for this concepts is very important. Company audit, CARO, I'm sure CARO 2016 is applicable to you because CARO 2020 will be applicable from 2021. So what you have to do is study CARO 2016, form number 3CD, GSTR, form number 3CD is for tax audit, GSTR 9C is for, auditing under GST Act. So you have to study all this. Must be revised, therefore skill-wise and section-wise weightage while preparing. Very important, the last part. Next one, please. Right, so you see, look at the weightage that's been given. Special audit techniques, audit under computerized information system, And Sarbanes-Oxley Act, not applicable in India, but you see very much applicable in the US. On reporting on internal control, you have a situation of internal financial control reporting, which is there now. So it is so important that you see, you talk, you learn, you see, you just flip through. This is also called the SOX Act, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, SOX Act, and of course the internal control IFC that is there. All right, can you have the next one, please, Nadeem? Audit of limited companies, liabilities of auditors. This I'm talking about the old scheme and audit of company. And then, of course, audit under fiscal laws, the cost audit, audit of this thing. These are the points that is there in the old scheme also, advanced auditing and professional ethics. A very, very important topic vis-a-vis the profession. Very, very important. Can you have the next one? So look at the percentage, the distribution. Right, this I have already mentioned, so this is very, very important. Can we have the next slide? Yeah, now we are going for the corporate laws, the new scheme. So appointment and qualification of directors. You see, look at the percentage, 30 to 35%. Appointment and remuneration of managerial personnel, meeting of board and its powers. Very, very important. Qualification, disqualification of auditors, directors, section 164, subsection 2, so important. You see, you need to know about the appointment of directors, managerial personnel. So you see the schedules that are there for the appointment of managerial personnel, so important. And meeting of boards, how many meetings should be held in a year, minimum number of meetings, and its powers, very important. And have a look at the percentage, the weightage being given. Please note, this is a new scheme, corporate and economic laws, new scheme. So building up companies incorporated outside India, missions, provisions, adjudication, and special courts. So National Company Law Tribunal. So have a look at this. The Securities Contract Regulation Act, the SEBI Act, very important, 15 to 20%. And the Foreign Exchange, the Securitization, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, so important. This is all part of the new scheme. Look at the weightage being given. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. You see, the code which has been, very much in the news, a very, very important legislation introduced by the Government of India. I'm sure you must have also studied that. Of course, Arbitration and Reconciliation Act and Foreign Contribution Act are also very important. Next one, please, Vannaji. So that's how it is. The distribution, the percentage, you can see that on the screen, the way it has been distributed. So this is an old paper. You have seen the distribution of the weightage being given. So those of us who are appearing for the old scheme, have a look at the weightage being given. Look at the weightage. You see the Foreign Exchange Management Act is even here. Look at the weightage being given. Prevention of money laundering, interpretation of statutes, deeds and documents. Very, very important. Right, important tips for writing the exam. Write complete answer with respect to provisions, facts, plan your time. You see, you can be damn very good in some, on some certain questions. So do not go on writing against that, because our question has only that many marks against it. Try to answer every answer. Legibly ignore quoting of wrong section numbers. Very important. Next one, please, Vannaji. This one is very important. Regularly check BOS knowledge portal in case of any subject-specific conceptual clarity. Please see recorded visual lectures available in the Digital Learning Hub and ICAI YouTube account. Very, very important. So this is a study plan. Yeah, please. So this is the final paper 5, strategy, cost and management and performance. You are all aware of the weightage being given, strategy, cost management and decision making. Look at the weightage percentage on your left. I think you see the case study. The case study has 20 to 30% marks on this. So please note that that aspect is very important. Right? So you see, this is the percentage division, the segregation of percentage. I'm sure, you see, you must be all already very well aware about this segregation that is there. The last one, have well justified recommendations. Very, very important. Have well justified recommendations. Can you have the next one, please? So case studies, very important, are based on skill assessment and illustrative list of verbs that appear in the question requirements for is given in the website. It's important the student answer the question according to the definition of the verb. Can you have the next one? Advanced management accounting. So cost management, 15 to 20%, 20 to 25% CVP analysis, pricing decisions, cost management, and then of course 30 to 35% on budgets and budgetary control, standard costing, transfer pricing, uniform costing, and interfirm comparison, profitability analysis. Linear programming, 10 to 15%, and of course network analysis, 10 to 50%. Have a look at the distribution of percentage here on the screen. I'm sure all of you must be aware of all this, but this is just to bring to your notice that even at this late stage, when you don't have too much of time, do keep this in mind. Yes, give equal emphasis to theoretical as well as practical questions and working notes, bullet points, diagrams, flowcharts. If you can, it will obviously is to give you more credit. Right. Can you have the next one? So these are the elective paper. Bucket of following 6 elective papers, you have to choose one. So elective papers, risk management, financial services and capital market, international taxation, economic laws, global financial reporting standards, multidisciplinary case studies. So you have to choose one of these elective papers. So case studies relating to these elective papers have been already uploaded on the website, so you can have a look at them. Yes, Vandana, next one. So you see, in the case of elective papers, obviously it is open book and case study based, 100 marks, and the answer to this case study is 4 hours, 15 minutes additional reading time is given at the beginning to read the question paper. Would have 5 case studies of 25 marks each, out of which the candidate will be required to attempt any 4. So 25 into 4, that is 100 marks. But you will have 5 case studies, any 4 you have to attempt. 40% of the questions of this is objective and remaining 60% may comprise of other questions involving computation, application, analysis, evaluation, synthesis. So 40% objective question in the form of 5 MCQs of 2 marks each. You are all aware, and of course, that is 10 marks. And the balance 15 marks are descriptive questions. Look at the last point. Being an open book examination, students are allowed to carry their notes, books, or bare text of the Act rules with them for reference. Very important. This is the open book one. Next one, Bannaji. Well prepared. Requirement of read the requirement part of the question. Choose the case study in which you are more confident. Read the requirement of the question and facts carefully. Give necessary working notes and assumptions if required. The next one. Next is direct taxes. This is the final paper 7, new scheme. Have a look. 35 to 40% basis of residential status, income which is not part of this, form part of special provisions relating to companies. Then provisions related to charitable and religious trust and institution, political parties and electoral trust, 5 to 10%, tax planning, 5 to 10%, collection and recovery of tax refunds, 15 to 20%, income tax authorities, procedure for assessment, 15 to 25%, 5 to 10% is liability in special cases. So the weightage given, taxation is international, yeah, so you can see the weightage, yes. Right? So you can see the distribution in the percentage. I'm sure all of you should be aware of all this by now. We're just showing you just to bring you updated at this stage so that you know, you see what is the distribution of percentage of marks, and you accordingly at this last minute do keep in mind the distribution that is there. Old scheme. We are talking about the old scheme now. Have a look at the distribution. Basic concept, 25 to 30% marks. Residence income, which do not form part of total income. Of course, 10 to 15% marks is relating to charitable and religious trust and tax planning. 10 to 15% on deduction, collection, and recovery of tax. Yes, for the next one. Okay, very good. So you see, it's all self-explanatory. Have a look, and you are already aware of this distribution of marks. You're already aware of this distribution. So old scheme. So this is the way it goes. And of course, look at this indirect tax laws, the new one, GST, and see the way it is. Place of supply, time and value of supply, input tax credit, computation of GST liabilities, 45 to 65% marks, 10 to 30% marks, procedures on the GST, and of course 10 to 25% marks, demand and recovery, offences and penalties, advanced ruling, appeals and revision, 5 to 10% on introduction to GST in India, including constitutional aspects. Next one, please. Panaji. Mannaji, next one, yeah. So have a look at this. I'm sure all of you must have seen, and right. So if you're making assumptions, scope of making assumptions are mainly due to possibility of dual interpretation. So you see, if you're going for an interpretation, and if you can give a case judgment, nothing like it. Look at the last point. If your answer is on the basis of exception, you should clearly mention your assumption in the answer. Next one, please, Vannaji. Yeah. Working notes, and do not write general answers based on guesswork. Guesswork is not going to get you anywhere. All subparts, manage time effectively. Answers should be commensurate with the marks given the question. So exercise due care while shading your answer in the OMS sheet. Read the requirements of MCQs carefully. Relating a provision to the relevant section helps in retention. Writing the section number and case laws will add value to the answer. But do that only if you are very confident. Yeah, look at the last one. However, it is advisable not to misquote the section. Yes. Please carry on the next one, please. Because we have to go a bit fast because we are almost, we have to give some time for the interaction also.
Shall I move, sir?
Yes, please. Conceptual clarity and working explanatory notes in computational problem, very important. Next one, please, Vannaji. Intermediate. Now we are coming to intermediate. Right. Start off. Accounting, new scheme. So formulation of accounting standards, frameworks, of course, investments and insurance claims, 20 to 25% weightage. And please note here, we are talking about all the AS and special departmental accounting, branches accounting. Can we go for next one, Vannaji? Company accounts, very important, preparation of financial statements, managerial remuneration. So that is 30 to 35% weightage. And then profit and loss prior to accounting for bonus issues, redemption of preference shares and debentures, 30 to 35%. So this is the way it has been distributed. Next one, please. So important tips, have a look at this. So first answer, look at number one. Number two, first write the answer which you know the best and attempt all the subparts of a question at one place. Allocate an estimated time for each question based on the difficulty level. So you see, you should not spend time on one question. Think that I see, if you get stuck in that, please note that if every question has a limited number of marks allocated to it. So do not spend too much of time. And of course, 10 to 15 minutes for revision is very important. And of course, all the working notes. Next one, please, Vannaji. Be prepared for any twist. CA examinations do have these twists in the questions. And give this thing. And of course, on practical application of accounting standards, support the answer with provisions of the accounting standards. Do not mention wrong accounting standard. As I told you earlier also when I was speaking about the final, do not mention wrong accounting standards. And these aspects have been already stated, the other parts, when I was talking to you about the final exams. Next one, please. Right. So you see, attempting previous year's question papers under mock examinations is very, very important. Year's question papers under mock examinations, very, very important. Next one, please. Look at the point number 11. The relevant notified sections of the Companies Act 2013 and up to 30th of April 2020 will be applicable for November 2020 exam. Ind AS, please note, are not applicable for the intermediate level. I was telling you about two. One is the Ind AS, the other is AS as per the Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. So what is applicable to you are all the AS as per Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. Right? So you see paper one, accounting. Right? Vannaji, you can carry on now. You can carry on because we are a bit short of time.
I think yes. This is also okay, sir.
Yeah, this is also okay. Yeah, we have already spoken about all this.
No.
We have already spoken. This is number 2, corporate allied laws. So you can see the weightage that is being given, 25 to 40%, 25 to 35%, 35 to 40%. Is the Companies Act. And please note what is applicable is Companies Act 2013. So do not study Companies Act 1956. Acceptance of deposits. Then of course we have the General Clauses Acts, the Indian Contract Act 1972. And interpretation statutes, very important, 15 to 25% weightage. Next one, Vannaji. Yeah, next one. Right, so business laws and ethics. This is old scheme elements. Yeah, 1 minute, Binaji, on this corporate and intermediate course. Complete answer with respect to provisions, facts, and conclusions. Yes, business laws. Please note that ethics. Yeah. Right. Next one.
So we are on paper 3.
Yeah, I know that. I can see that. Intermediate paper 3, cost and management accounting. So cost control, methods of costing, 35 to 40% ascertainment of cost and cost accounting, overview of cost and management accounting. Okay, next one. So look at this. Theoretical and practical questions, make use of working notes, tablets, bullet points, diagrams, flowcharts, etc. wherever necessary. Next one, please. We are in the intermediate, both old and final, both old and new. Yes, you have understood. Next one, please, Vannaji. Yes, bullet points, flowcharts, very important. Next slide. Yes, basic cost, understand the basic concepts of cost and management, accounting, difference between absorption costing, right? You see, we are going for the next one, that is intermediate paper 4, taxation, income tax laws. See the basic concepts, 15 to 20%, 25 to 30%, income which do not form part of total income, and 15 to 20% income of other persons, including the assessors' total income. The next part, please. Next part, we are on the income tax law. This is for part 4, taxation. So look at the, yes. Assumptions, and this I have spoken about while I was telling you about the final paper. So these aspects I have already mentioned. Provide working notes and brief explanatory notes to support computation answer. And at the same time, while giving working notes, explain to keep in mind that the answer should be in commensuration with the marks at which the question carries. Very important. Can we have the next one? The amendments, please see the last part. The amendments made by the Finance Act 2020 are not applicable for November 2020 exams. Amendments made by the Finance Act 2019 and significant notice up till April 30th, April 2020 are applicable. So the relevant assessment year is assessment year 2020-21. And you see, I am sure this, the students who are listening to me are aware of the difference between a previous year and an assessment year. Assessment year 2021 means the previous year is 2019-20. Next one, please. This advanced accounting. Here, please note, we are talking about AS, and we're in the part of a new scheme. Look at the way you see the distribution, and then of course the important tips while writing these papers. Working notes, so very important, and we have been saying this again and again, right? And the second part, write the question that you know best. It will give you a lot of confidence once you finish up this thing. That will give you a lot of question. To marks allocated. So do not carry forward the correct amounts from one page to another. Do carry forward the correct amounts. You should not carry forward the wrong amounts from one page to another. And of course, the financial format of the financial statements. And please note, as far as possible, you should go for the format as laid down in Schedule 3 to the Companies Act, when you're talking about the Companies Act. Right. Next one, please. Have a look at this. You know, we are getting a new set of study materials. The new set of study materials should be made applicable for May 2021. I think will be released on the 9th of this month. But what is important for your exam is the July 2019 edition of the study material. Very important. So go for the July 2019 edition of the study material. Next one, please. So again, what we're saying is up till 30th of April 2020, whatever the changes are there, only those changes will be applicable for November 2020 and nothing more. And of course, practice makes perfect. So you see, you have to practice. Point number 8 is saying is this: do practice. Don't only read the problems that is given. And then concepts, be conceptually clear. If you're conceptually clear, even if there's a twist in the question, you'll be still in a position to answer them. Can you have the next one? And look at this, distribution. Okay. So this is distribution. This is the auditing and assurance, the paper 6, and 20 to 25%, 5 to 15% weightage for audit documentation, 10 to 15% for risk assessment and internal control. Next part. Look at the weightage, fraud and responsibilities of the auditors in this regard, 15 to 20%. Very important, SA 240 is the standard for this fraud, read with section 143 subsection 12 of the Companies Act. Audit report, as I stated earlier, is a 700, and of course, because the Companies Act does not contain a format of the audit report as such. Audit of items of financial statements, very important. And the audit of banks, and as I said, the format of financial statements is carried in Schedule 3. And Schedule 3 has 3 divisions, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. And what could be applicable to you is Division 1. And key suggestions. So, company audit, chapter on bank audit, very important. Have a look at them. Next part. Basic concepts. So again and again, the slides are telling you, be conceptually clear. Be conceptually clear. Read the question carefully. Conceptual understanding, key definitions and terms across ACEs. The intent of the Companies Act, and then you see you should answer the questions. Can we have the next one, please, Vannaji? Yes. Enterprise Information System. Look at the weightage that is given. Multiple choice questions are of 15 marks, out of 35 marks. Have a look at the weightage on the screen. Right? Next part, yeah. And then this is, we are going for the final old, Mannaji?
I think, sir, they have merged that final also over here because IT people. I think, sir, we can just...
All right. You just skip this.
Yes.
So this important tips for writing the exams. Yeah. Okay. Next. Right. Make sure you attempt all questions in the given time of 3 hours. Read the case scenario more than once. Have a look at the case scenario more than once. Next one. Right. So you see, have a look at this. Read the business magazines, on a regular basis. It will help you. Next one, please. Financial management, 6 marks. Have a look at the weightage that is given on your left. Financial management and financial analysis, 10 to 15 marks. Yes, look at the weightage. Very important. Because you have to study keeping in mind the weightage that is given. Right? So keep in mind the weightage. And now we are into foundation. Principles and practice of accounting, weightage is 5 to 10%, theoretical 25 to 30% is accounting process, bank reconciliation, right? Then inventories, then 15 to 20% is for accounting for special transactions, 30 to 40% final accounts of non-corporate entities, and of course, 10 to 15% of introduction to company accounts. Here, we don't want you to have a great, deep knowledge of company, just the introduction, please. And look at the tips that is there on the screen. Those of us who are foundation students, look at the tips that are there on the screen. Next. Right? These business laws. We are into the final foundation. So your answer should be complete answer with respect to the provisions, no compromise with language, different paragraphs or bullets. Always attempt to do all questions. This is something across we have stated. Legal language. So this is how it is. Look at the distribution, the weightage that is there. So have a look on the screen on questions in section B have to be answered in English only. By question number 7 is compulsory. There will be 4 questions. Out of 4, you have to answer to only 3. The syllabus is divided into 4 parts. Section 1, communication, section 2, section 3, section 4. It is there on the screen, and I'm sure those of us who are going to appear for the foundation are already aware of all this. Right? Okay, can you have the next one? Right. Okay. I'm sure they are all aware, Bannaji, the students of foundation. Yes. Yeah.
Just brushing them up, sir.
Yeah. Practicing on all papers. And of course, we have this business mathematics. Have a look at the division here. All right, have a look at this important tip. If you can just give some about 1 minute time on this, should carry 1 mark. Have a look at all the important tips that are there on the screen for those of us who are appearing for the foundation. Use of calculators will be allowed to use battery operated portable in this exam. The calculator can be of any times. Sushil Goelji was also mentioning about all this. So please note, in paper 3 and 4 of the foundation exam, there will not be any advanced reading time, whereas in all other papers, advanced reading time of 15 minutes will be given. Business laws, 15 to 20%. Okay. All right. So, you see, all the very best as the screen is showing. Happy learning. And at the Board of Studies, we really want you to do well. All the students, you see, whether you be of final, whether you be of intermediate, whether you be of foundation, we want you to do well. We want you to succeed. And, people like me, chairman, my co-chairman, Sushil Goel, Bandhan Nagpal, so many others who are there, you see, trying to help you out. We all want you to do well. We all want that, you see, when the results come out, there should be a smile on your face. So with these words, I wish you the very best. Now we shall take some questions. Sushil Goelji will now handle this. Sushil Goelji, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you for a wonderful and detailed presentation, sir. I think it will help all the students in performing well in the exam. We wish from ICAI that all should pass. ICAI never thinks that this much students should pass. We always wish that all should pass, whoever having the requisite knowledge of the subject. Sir, there are a good number of questions we have received, and questions are still coming. So I will just want to put few questions for you, sir. Where do we find capsules on BS portal for foundations? Sir, I think, sir, do you like to answer where they will find the BS capsules for foundation? Bannaji,
Sir, you are on students, all the capsules are available on the BOS knowledge portal. Once you click the BOS knowledge portal and you click this, the schemes, different schemes, you will find group wise, we have given the capsules for you. You can have a look at all of them at one go.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, Chairman, sir, student want to know what is the recent opt-out scheme. Will you like to answer? Sir, you are on mute.
Sir, you are the best one to explain, sir. Vice Chairman, sir. Sir, you are from exam. I think You can explain
Yes,
it
sir.
much better.
My dear friends, this scheme, opt-out scheme for the students who are in containment zone, who are facing difficulties to appear in exam due to COVID in their family or to the student, anybody. This is on self-declaration. They can opt out and appear in the next exam, which will be announced soon, January or February. Nothing difference. Their result will be declared as good as the result which will be declared for this November exam. Next exam, which will be the scheduled in May, will be held after this both the exam is over. So student who has appeared in the January-February exam will have option to appear in February exam also. So if he has appeared in IPCC in the February exam or January exam, then if his final is due in the May exam, he may appear. No restriction on that. That will be taken care by exam department, that the student should not lose any term.
Right. Sushil, here, if you see, you just correct me if I'm wrong. If a student, suppose he's taking the November exam and he has appeared for, say, 3 papers, and after appearing for 3 papers, he wants to opt out. So that opt out is possible, right, Sushil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That opt out is possible.
The situation may arise after appearing in 3 exams. Might be the student got the affected or the having fever, or any of the family member got affected. So under that circumstances, also students are allowed to opt out. It is not so that their exam has not gone well, so they should opt out. That will be a bad choice, I can say, because sometimes we think the exam has not gone well, because ICAI is having the stepwise marking. So still your final answer is wrong, we will get some marks. If your steps are right, your process is right. So you should not always think that if final answer is wrong, I will not get any marks. So keeping in mind, you should decide. But this opt-out is only for the COVID-affected persons who have finding difficulties in appearing exam due to COVID. Yes, sir. Chairman, sir, you
right.
want to add
and further, if you're going to, Sushil, if you're going to opt out, say in the example that we have given, if you have, appeared for 3 papers and you opt out, then when you appear for January or February, you have to give all the papers. It's not that the 3 papers that you have given in November, those papers will not be counted when you give for January, February. Right?
And so far, it is to be finalized, but it is that this paper will also, marks of this paper will also not be declared. That is the understanding so far, but exam department is examining this issue, and soon they will come out with a announcement whether these marks will be declared or not. So please do. Sir, I got the provisional mark sheet. When I will, what will be the effect of this? Sir, this provisional mark sheet is issued to those students who have not submitted their mark sheet or certain documents. They have received the provisional mark sheet. Might be they have submitted in between, that is not reached to the exam department. So if you have submitted, nothing to worry. If you still not submitted, please submit it. Your provisional mark admit card will be converted into original marks admit card. So nothing to worry for this. Next is as the evaluation process is going to be monitored, with the result will be declared within 15-20 days. My friend, it is not possible to declare the result within 15 to 20 days for the reason that all the answer scripts are assembled at Delhi, then they will be scanned. So it will only take 20 days time to getting the mark sheet from the exam location to the Delhi, our exam department, and exam department will scan all these answer scripts. And I believe you must be aware how many answer scripts are there for a particular exam. It is around 20 lakh. For the knowledge of all our students, let me inform, it is almost 20 lakh answer script ICAI handling per exam. So you can understand it is not possible to declare result within 15 to 20 days. Next question is that, sir, what is the necessary things to be carried with admit, like we should carry an Aadhaar card or photo identity? Devasi sir, you want to answer? Sir, you are on mute.
I think the SOP that we have already issued for the exams, they talk about this only. That you see, you have to carry one of the photo IDs, right?
Yes.
You can carry one of the photo IDs that you have to carry.
Yes, sir. Next question: if I scored 210 in Group 1 in November exam and 119 in Group 2 in January 21 exam, so it will be set off? No, my friend. These two exams for setting off purpose will be considered as separate exams. I won't think the setting off will be done because no single mark sheet going to be issued for this both the exams. Only separate mark sheet will be there, to my understanding so far. But we have noted this point, and definitely this will also be covered in the announcement. I will pass it on to the concerned exam department of officers, and they will definitely take care of this. Vandana ji, please note down this question and please send email to the exam department.
Fine, sir. Fine.
In what part of the answer book can we do some working if needed to answer MCQ? To answer MCQ, you can use any page of the answer script, descriptive answer script. You can use any page. No restriction of that.
Okay, all right. Welcome. No, I will take off my dress after 15 minutes.
Devasis sir, please on mute. Devasis sir, please put your speaker on mute. Devasis sir, please keep your speaker on mute. Next question: how many pages are there in answer book for foundation student, where rough work is to be done, descriptive and also objective? We need to stepwise mark also allotted. Devasis, somebody should call to the Devasis sir. Devasis sir, please on mute. How many pages are there in it? So this will be 28 pages. Standard answer script we are using for the foundation, inter and final. You can check the answer script by clicking the link that is provided at the bottom of the admit card. At the bottom of the admit card, we have provided the link. You can click that link and see the answer script, how these are. And rough work can be done at any place. On the first page, even if you like to do the rough work, no restriction on that. But write rough work on the top of it. And if you score it out, it is advisable. So it will not create any confusion. Or if you do at the last page, it is always preferred. So it will not help it will not confuse the examiner. Stepwise marking are allotted, but the marks be awarded if we do the sum in different steps, then different method. Sometimes some problems are solved in two different ways. Definitely, each examiners are given this both the alternative way. Sometimes you have seen in the suggested answer also, we have given the alternate ways also. So all examiners are aware about, evaluators are aware about the alternative ways to answer this questions. So they will give marks for alternative ways also. Nothing to worry. This is my humble request. We are taking care of it. Please tell me my SSP cut login ID. When I log into SSP portal, my login ID failed. That is shown on the screen. You please contact the SSP help desk. We at Board of Studies are not controlling the SSP login IDs. You send email to SSP help desk. They will definitely help you. Sir, please kindly tell about the midterm exam which are scheduled to start from January or February. Sir, nothing to be tell. Those who are opting out this November exam, they will only able to appear in January or February exam, whenever it will be scheduled. Sir, mark distribution in GST, there is no weightage has been provided in the syllabus, and that is the only mark distribution in GST. Sir, I was signed signature in exam application form with blue pen. Do I sign with blue pen or black pen? Any color of pen, my friend, you can use. We will not matching the ink. We are just matching the signature. So your signature will be available in the attendance sheet that will be matched with that. Can Hindi medium student write their answer in exam in English? No, friend. It is not advisable. If you have opted Hindi medium, then you should answer in Hindi medium only. Rather you should opt for English medium. Next question, sir. If a situation arises that we have given 1 or 2 exams by the chance, if we come to give remaining exam and if your body temperature rises more or get a fever, then will not be allowed to enter. It is advisable. Anybody is having fever, he should not come out of his home. Rather, not to try to enter the exam center. It is advisable. You should, if you are getting fever in between the exam, you please opt out and prepare for the next part of the exam, that is January or February. In that situation, what will be the remaining exam? You have to give all the exam again, sir has mentioned. What is the passing marks for CA Foundation? I think you must be aware. The passing marks is 50% only. Sir, there is no photo. Sir, in accounts, if the final answer is wrong, but some process is correct, in that case, all marks get deducted or stepwise mark will be allotted. If process
I think
is right,
stepwise marks will be given, no?
Yes, sir.
Sushil?
Yes, sir. Stepwise marks
that we are given. Yes. So you see, we will give the stepwise marks on those. Certainly, yes.
Sir, can we write a January exam even we fall in November 2020? Please give clarity. Yes, this January or February exam only and only meant for students, those who are not able to appear in November exam despite they have filled up the exam form and opted out. Both conditions must be made. They have filled up the exam form and they have opted out.
Yes, Sushil, here I think the querist is also asking that he's failed in November. You see, there is no question of, you see, appearing together and then failing and trying to appear for January. You see, once you have appeared for the full exam in November, then you see the next exam will be in the month of May. You see, so you see, it is only when you opt out, as Sushil Goyalji is saying, only when you opt out, then only you can go for January or February.
Correctly said, sir. Sir, what about if exam center falls in containment place? This is all rumor going on. We have checked with the entire country, almost 1100 exam centers ICAI has booked for this exams, and none of the exam center is falling in containment zone except one exam center we found, and that exam center will be cleared before the exam date, because once the center is falling in containment zone, that containment zone is for a restricted period and period will be over before the exam. So nothing to worry, and ICAI is having sufficient number of additional exam centers in almost all the places. So if something is happened on the nearer to the exam, we will definitely shift to the another centers. Exam will be there. Nothing to worry. We are ready with all preparation. How this we have answered, sir. My BCom semester 5 and CA Foundation both exam held on December 10th. So what I will do for attending the exam, that is your choice, whether you will opt for BCom exam or CA exam. If you ask a CA authorities, they will definitely say you should opt for CA exam. That is your personal choice. ICAI have no say in that. Opt out in the middle of exam is also possible. We have given. Sir, exam में law में कैसे question आते हैं? Law, sir, this is your subject, sir. How to get marks in law papers?
Right. So you see here, let me just tell you. And when since you have asked this question in Hindi, मैं हिंदी में reply करता हूँ. मैं जब presentation कर रहा था और मैं law का बारे में मैं जब presentation कर रहा था, 2-3 पॉइंट शायद आप नोट किए होंगे. मैंने बोला कि अगर सेक्शन आप रेफर कर सकते हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, बट अगर आप सेक्शन के ऊपर में कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं है तो गलत सेक्शन मत रेफर करो, और आपको जो भी करना है, जो भी आपको आंसर देना है, उसका रीजनिंग से आंसर दो. एंड नंबर 3, आपका कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी आपको रहना चाहिए. 4 नंबर, आपको एक सवाल के ऊपर में इतना ज्यादा टाइम नहीं देना चाहिए कि दूसरा सवाल आपका हाथ से छूट जाए. आपको सब सवाल के ऊपर में इसे ध्यान देना चाहिए और एडिक्वेट टाइम देके आंसर करना चाहिए.
Next question is that, sir, if I am having currency note in our pockets, whether it is permitted, you can have currency note in your pocket, but friends, do not write anything on those currency notes. Currency notes are permitted in the pocket, but if you have written something on the currency notes, that will not be considered as currency notes, that will be considered as unfair means. So be ready for that. Is it true that we can write all questions and computer will take best 5 questions, best 6 questions? Yes, friend, this is correct. ICAI is having policy of awarding marks for best answers. If you have the option, you have an optional question. This is for optional question, not for the mandatory questions. Mandatory questions will be evaluated and our marks will be awarded as much you have secured. But for optional question, if there are 5 optional questions and out of 5 you have to answer 4, then you can answer all 5. Best 4 will be taken to your mark sheet. That is the system computer will do, or manually it will be done. Nothing to worry. That is the system. So rough work here definitely allowed. You write on the top of the page that it is rough work. Sir, I am a foundation student. Sir, this year you have to answer, sir. I am a foundation level. If there is any problem when I am not write a fluent English for some grammar mistake, the marks will be reduced or not?
You see, if you are, if the content is right, if the examiner, just because you could not write fluent English, but if your contents is right, if the answer is right, let me tell you, you will not be at a disadvantage. Let me tell you, you will not be at a disadvantage. So that is how it is. See, you will not be at a disadvantage. But the contents have to be right. The contents have to be right. That's very important.
So one thing I would like to add over here, sir. So students kindly note the paper on business correspondence and reporting. That's that English paper. There your grammar has to be correct. There you will be marked as per if you have written proper sentence, grammatically correct. There if you are grammatically wrong, in that particular paper you will be tested accordingly. Rest of the papers, as sir has advised, your content should be correct. Thank you.
This is correctly said by madam. This is announced in the syllabus also. In this paper, we want to test the English knowledge of the student also. So that is very well announced in the paper. Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
No, yes, Varnaji is correct, because that paper on business communication, a student is expected to have a reasonably good grasp over the English language. That paper that Varnaji is talking about, right, Varnaji?
Sir, it is very well, yes, sir. It is very well announced also, sir.
Yes. Next question is, what stationery material should be used for shading in circle in MCQ papers? That I have taken hardbound pencils, HB pencils. You see any pencils that HB has been written on that. If you use that pencil, that is the recommended pencil. Sir, we can take extra answer sheet if we needed. Then while writing exam, yes, as many as seats you can take. No restriction on that. If you completed the 28 pages in the answer script, you can take additional pages, how many you want. No restriction has been provided. But you have to mention at the cover of the answer script, the original answer script, that I have taken 5 additional seats or 10 additional seats. Sir, we should cover our hands with gloves and use sanitizer using the examination time, but it takes very large quantity of exam time. No provision is not made. No provision is made for this. Provision should be made for helping a brilliant student. Please consider it. We should cover our hands with gloves and use the sanitizer during the exam time. You should not use the hand gloves if you are having practice writing with gloves also. ICAI have no restriction on that, but it is not a practical thing. So you should not use the gloves while writing, but while moving here and there or entering the exam center or going out, you can use the hand gloves. So you can carry hand gloves, no restriction on that.
I think, Sushil, we have mentioned the SOP that hand gloves are optional. You see, whatever you have said is right. That you see, if a student wants to take hand gloves inside the examination hall and wants to write the exam with the hand gloves on, we have no problem.
Sir, this question is coming again and again. So I want you to take. Sir, I got minimum 50 in each paper, each subject, and mainly what do I do to acquire 50 marks in law?
As I have said, law, you see, you could have been in trouble because you quoted the wrong section. So you see, if you are not very sure of a section, don't quote it. Don't quote it. If you are sure about the contents of that section, you go ahead and you say write about the contents. For example, you are talking about a case judgment. Now, if you are sure about the judgment, or you see, even if you're not sure of the citation, but the name of the case, if you're sure, mention that. It will give you extra marks. But if you are going to mislead with wrong case or wrong sections, you see, marks will be certainly deducted. So, and then your conceptual clarity should be there. You see, you have to study the act. You have to study at this stage. I would not suggest you study the bare act. You study the study material, study the act, and then once you're clear with your concept, I'm sure you will do very, very well. I'm sure you'll do very, very well.
Sir, two more questions I think we can take. Sir, is there any impact over CA exam for election in Rajasthan? The student is asking, Rajasthan have elections, what will be the impact on CA exams? So far, we have not seen any collapse of the CA exam in Rajasthan elections. We have noted it down. While deciding the exam dates, we will definitely take care of this. And next question is, sir, exam center. Sir, in exam centers, the exam hall superior also can help us for instruction on time. Friends, do not expect it from the exam superior. This is the responsibility of each and every student to follow the guidelines, follow the instructions. It is not expected the superior will point it out to you and you will try to violate. You should not try to violate any of the conditions. You should adhere to that. That is your responsibility. Examiner is just to watch whether you are doing it properly or not. Sir, in respect of minor student, respected teacher, in case of minor student, should the admit card be attested by a member of ICAI? No, my friend. This is misunderstood. On ICAI portal, a declaration in case of minor is available in the announcement column. If you visit the announcement column, you will find a declaration to be given by minor. Please print this declaration and get it signed from your parents. The declaration to be submitted by the minor student only should be get it signed at the home. Those students who have reached the age of 18, they will sign this declaration at the exam center only, or signing the attendance sheet itself is confirmation that they are adhering the guidelines. So only for students, it is available on ICAI announcements, and in the announcement, you please search for declaration by minors. If you search it, you will get the declaration. And I have asked the exam department just in between this discussion only, they will provide with the admit card also. So it's suitably this, and this will be available to all of you. Get it printed and sign it from your parent, since you cannot sign the declaration because of the age limit. So I think, sir, we have done.
Yes, Sushil, yes.
A good number of questions are there. Yes. Students, if your question has not been taken in the discussion, please do not worry. We have noted and we will announce the proper FAQs, taking care of all the questions received by us. Bandna Madam, Director Board of Studies, please pass on these questions to the exam department so they can take care while preparing the FAQs. Because right. FAQs are prepared by the exam department, not prepared by the viewers. We will forward all the questions to the exam department, and definitely I will ensure that all the questions are taken care when we will issue FAQs or any announcement for the exam. So sure. Thank you very much, Director Board of Studies. Thank you, Chairman. Over to Bandna Nagpalji, Director Board of Studies.
Yeah. So Bandna ji, you may see now conclude. Bandna ji, yes.
Okay. So students, I think these 2 hours you really would have now galloped. Now you would be feeling that yes, you are now all set to appear for the exams, because our Chairman Sir and Vice Chairman Sir have given you very important tips for specific papers and for entire exams. In general, what all tips you need to follow. And we have also advised you, they have advised you as to what really to read and what to avoid at this time. So keep yourself calm, strategize, and plan your studies in such a way for these coming few days so that you are having sufficient time to prepare for all the papers without any tension in your mind. So leave the tension aside, be cool, be patient, and read the questions very carefully when you are preparing for the exams. Read it, plan out which question you can tackle now at number 1, then at number 2, and accordingly start writing your answers. So we are all there for you. Any problems you face, any issues you have regarding specifically for exams or subject specific, you can always write to us. Our email IDs are available on the website, on the BOS Knowledge portal. You can write to us. Our chairman sir, vice chairman sir, I and my entire BOS team are there with you. So do not worry. And before concluding, I would like to thank our honorable chairman sir and vice chairman sir for contributing their valuable time for the students so that they will appear for their exams without any tension in their mind, and they should appear for their exams full-fledgedly with full confidence. And so I thank all the students for the patient hearing so that you are now well set for appearing for your exams. Thanks a lot to the chairman sir and to the vice chairman sir and to the entire BOS team. And thanks to all the students. Thank you very much and good evening to all of you.
The program was exclusively keeping in mind the November 2020 students. We are organizing virtual classes. We are organizing mock test. We are organizing the mentor classes. So keep watching ICAI portal, and any suggestions you want to write, do write to us. We will organize program keeping in mind your requirement. Thank you very much, each and every person.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you.